Oh, wait.
That's fine.
Chaining. Chaining?
Yeah, that's fine.
Changing. There we go.
It's fine.
Now there's no
There's
actual
no change.
video in our podcast.
We've never even considered it.
No, there's video. Every time we upload, there's video because it's an MP4,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
And so, but now there's actually something to see because there's a little change right there.
Someday at some point, I hope that there's just like a toggle for YouTube to, with an audio only, upload or something like this, to just interpret what's happening and generate video.
Oh yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, dude, there's so much AI shit on YouTube right now. It's awful. So,
Yeah, they're sort of struggling with it, and I understand why.
are they struggling? I mean, it's still like the media 800-pound gorilla out there. I mean, if you look at how much money they actually make off YouTube every year, it dwarfs everything. Everything.
What do you mean? Because it's in the Google structure, so it's not.
Yeah.
It sure as hell doesn't beat the primary Google
No,
revenue
no,
sources.
no. But like, even then, I can't remember. I saw like an infographic on it the other day, or maybe this was like a couple of weeks ago or something like that. Just the amount of just sheer revenue that is generated by YouTube is greater than just about any outlet out there. It's bigger than any outlet out there.
Oh, so
But if you take like the
yeah,
next like four or five behind it, so like Amazon Prime,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and glue them all together, they still don't hit YouTube numbers in terms of revenue. So
No, it's kind of like you're right. It's sort of it's a being unto itself. You don't count it in the comparison
mhm.
because otherwise
Yeah,
it's
yeah, right. You're not telling yourself anything.
and and the weird thing is it's not off of
Yeah.
so I know that the major streaming companies and this has been their shift for a long time. Licensing fees is all that. It's like the real money, guys. The real money is in in-house content, exclusive content, stuff we make ourselves, stuff that you can't get off Hulu, et cetera, right? Um,
I don't know if that's true anymore, is it?
well, so I guess I would put it to you this way: if we're at the point where, say, like Paramount and Warner and all these other companies are now starting to get bought up in collaborations again,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it's working, right?
No, because nobody's sitting down for a 2.5 hour movie. I
Well,
mean, not when I can get it in like 10-second fucking clips on YouTube.
this is this is the thing is well, Patrick, this is the component of it that it's sort of streaming services are essentially they're like insurance, right? They don't get paid per minute or anything. As a matter of fact, any time that you spend watching is resources they have to spend. They're like a gym. They make money when you show up and you don't watch anything, right?
Yeah, most of their money.
Well, yeah,
I don't know about that, man. I mean, like,
because they don't get paid. Here's the thing: they write out checks. So take the non-exclusive content,
uh
right?
huh.
So take whatever it is, back episodes of Cheers, whatever it is, right? That they have to write a check to attain, right?
Okay, yeah. So to obtain content, they out like cash, but in order to actually like house that content somewhere, does that actually cost them any more?
Well, yeah.
Does it?
Well, I mean, you're
I
talking.
don't know that much about AWS and how all that shit works, so
Well,
I
so
couldn't tell you.
I guess here's the thing: is you can imagine it this way: if you have X amount of customers, right?
Mm-hmm.
If let's say that you have 10 customers, use a
Mm-hmm.
small number, right? Then you need to have capacity to be serving all of those customers at once.
Yeah, but it's not like a McDonald's, you know. I mean, like you can serve a lot of customers off a little bit of outlay. I thought that was the whole idea behind the internet in some respects.
Well, it's not.
Like it doesn't cost you more wattage or something, does it?
No, it costs you. Here's the thing: is it's accessing the data on your servers,
Right, but once it's up and you've paid for the content,
right?
how does it scale in terms of like if more people use it, it costs me more to actually provide that service? Does it?
Correct.
Like by
Well,
like but not like a Mickey D's where it's like 10 customers, I need 10 lines, kind of thing.
no,
Whatever. Yeah,
no,
okay,
no.
yeah.
But
I
remember,
was just thinking the scaling on that was way different.
these guys are dealing in the capacity of millions. So, I mean, when they talk about
Mhm.
having server outages, and this happens when they tend to do live events, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is when everybody has to show up for the Tyson Logan Paul fight, right? Because it's at that time, at that moment, the shit crashes.
Is that just a bandwidth issue?
It's a server capacity issue.
Okay.
You can
See, I
only,
don't know how any of this shit works. So yeah, I mean, like,
well,
well, I mean, so like every
you
customer,
do.
not really, because like if you're talking server capacity, I put one copy of it on my server.
Yes.
I don't need one copy of it for every customer, right?
Okay.
No, they just
So,
need access to it.
right.
Okay.
But that's the thing is
I'm sorry. I know that sounds like a really stupid question.
no, no, no,
I
no,
just
no.
don't.
Okay.
I don't know that much about this shit.
Right,
So,
right. But that's the thing. So if you think about it this way, okay, so if you're going to a concert, okay,
right.
everybody doesn't get their own Metallica.
No, they get their own seat.
Correct.
Right. So
Think
I
about
have
it.
to provide enough seats.
There you go. Right? And that's the thing is,
But that's only if everybody's trying to do it at once, right?
well, if you have a live event,
Okay. So all
right?
right. So live events, I got you.
Okay,
So
that's when they have crashes.
okay.
But also you have to have a certain amount of that's the thing is you whatever it is that your normal churn is, whatever it is that you say that at 2 p.m. at 6 p.m. and you don't
Hmm.
really break it down that much because you don't you can't basically shut it off and on at 2 and 6 and all that other stuff. On top of that, you're also serving, these are your servers, so you're serving Taiwan, you're serving,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Russia, et cetera, right? So it's a big pool that you have to have the access to. All the material is stored on there, and everybody is going to all these concerts,
Hmm.
right? You, like I said, you don't have to have one copy per person,
Hmm.
but you have to have access so that people, when they pop in, okay, because
See, I thought that's what bandwidth was.
but
So I guess I don't understand.
well, so here's the problem is okay. There's a way to solve this,
Uh-huh.
but you can't do it that way because then you give away the property when you do this. So, say for example, right, if instead of storing that data, that content, instead of storing, the it's just digital, it's just the
Yeah.
files for Stranger Things, right? If you signed in and it then went to your computer,
Yeah, they're never gonna do that
of
though.
course not,
Yeah, no,
right?
I wouldn't either if I was in charge of that shit.
Bingo, bingo. So they're stuck in this position where
Like, no, no, no. You come in through the front door or you don't come in at all.
that's it right there. That's that you hit it on the head right there.
Okay,
Is
that's fine.
so that's where you have to basically gate this. Okay, I can only let this many people in at one time to access the material because the material has to come out. If
Yeah.
so many of you are coming in, right?
Yeah. Sorry, coffee is for paying customers.
I don't know if this is the case where it's like, do you guys have a public bathroom? I'm sure there's a streaming version of this.
Yeah.
Um,
You walk across the interstate, piss in a ditch. Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to tell you. So the version of do you guys have a public bathroom? I think that's password sharing. I don't know. That's the
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see any future for long form content, you know.
well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore, man, because like, okay, so if you produce a movie and it bombs like crazy, you release it to the TikTok crowd, they chop it up into a million pieces, and then everybody's seeing all the highlights of the movie within about 10, 15 minutes. So like, okay, so I don't just I mean, and then like it just seems to filter down to the free verse anyway, eventually.
Well, I mean,
I mean, like, dude, there's like movies that are getting resurrected from back in the day.
mhm.
Like, I can't get 10 minutes on YouTube without a Coneheads clip now. It's like, who the fuck dude, brought this back from the dead?
Well,
So, but sure enough, man, it went free to play on somewhere, and so there it is. It's much hotter than anything that's in the fucking theater right now. If you ask YouTube, what's trending? So there you go.
oh, absolutely. Here's the thing though is all right. So again, there's 7+ billion people on Earth. It's debatable, given the way that certain people count. So let's do 7 billion people on Earth,
About
right?
half them watch TV. Yeah.
I would argue, yeah, some form of it,
Yeah,
right?
some form of
And
it.
so here's the trick: is like I said, Netflix's ideal customer is the person that subscribes to the service,
Mhm.
right? Matter of fact, the happiest people they're with, they do like engagement, They don't want you to just write a check every month.
Mhm.
The happiest people they're with are the people that sign in, look through the menus for 45 minutes, don't watch anything, right? And
Yeah.
then go about their business, where they see that there's such a wealth of what's there that they can't process the opportunity cost and actually settle in and watch something. Because ultimately, all this
That's
is
a fancy way to put that.
that's all it is, right? Because
That could be. It could also just be there's not that much that's good right now. So
I know I have my version
yeah,
of it,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Well, because all right, so there's
I don't
the
know. I think most people that I know who pay for like Netflix and don't use it just pay for access to it in case something cool does come up.
they
So
love those customers.
yeah, I would too if I was in charge of them.
That's
Yeah,
that's what they want. And so the thing is,
there's nothing wrong with that.
there's not.
Yeah,
I mean, there's the question. It's not as though
I can see why you're saying it's insurance company.
that's
If
all it
you
is.
look at it like that,
They
yeah.
make money from you not doing anything. The
Well,
only thing that you
yeah,
can do to them that, in terms of actually using the service, that costs them money because that's what the servers are for.
I don't think they mind though. You know, if you watch their shit and tell your friends about it, they're probably cool with
Oh no, no, no. It's
that.
it's not it's not they're mad at you for watching it. It's that their best customers, like I said, they make their money when people do nothing,
Yeah,
right? And so the trick on this here is if they make a 2.5 hour movie, prestige movie, right?
Mhm.
Let's that long ass, boring ass uh, The Irishman, right?
That movie sucks.
Movie
God, it's
sucks.
bad.
It's again, it's just a prestige
It is
movie.
bad.
If you put it out to compete against other movies in the theater, it would have gotten crushed, right?
Yeah.
But to them, that's the whole thing is whatever it is, whatever tickets that they have out there that make a person say, all right, I can only get this here, ergo I must sign up to this.
Hmm.
That's what matters. It's not how much people watch. It's that they see that this is the Stranger Things channel. This is
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
you
yeah,
see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Whereas for the longest time, right, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but you can go back in the numbers. For the longest time before Peacock came out and NBC said, like, well, we're launching our own service, right?
Hmm.
The biggest thing on their service was reruns of The Office.
Yeah,
And it was the only place where you could get it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I got mine on YouTube TV, so
Well, I mean, this is there's a
by
you're
screen
paying
scraping
for
it.
it. I mean, that's the
Yeah, YouTube TV wasn't very cheap,
no.
so
So that's sort of their trick on this year. And yeah, so if they
if
make
it had been cheaper, I would have gotten a Starlink. It was not though, so I didn't.
well, you got hooked up now, right?
Yeah, no,
You're good to
we're
go,
all
right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's
They gave me a router, a Wi-Fi router that's like it's got to be radiating my house, man, because like before my old Wi-Fi, router, if I like went on the Wi-Fi in my phone and I
yeah.
was in my bedroom, which is like the opposite corner, both in terms of like, plane and
I can see in your
yeah,
house where it would
yeah,
be. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Did they come in
So
through the garage?
no, they came in through the side of the house underneath the chimney.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
they pointed like I didn't know that before, but when the Comcast guy came out and hooked us up, or I'm sorry, not Comcast, Xfinity, or guy came out and hooked it up. He tested all our. My house is full of these fucking outlets that somebody was dangerous enough to wire that are all cable jacks,
Oh, really?
coax.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we had no idea which ones were live. And so he went through with the tester to see all the ones. And it turns out there's one. The rest of those, who knows, Jeff?
They're just they're just things in whatever like fucking adventure solver game. Shows up here, you gotta,
I mean, yeah. So
but you got to try them all. Yeah.
yeah, I gotta try them all, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, oh, these two things seem like they go together, but they don't work.
I know. He's just standing there. You poke at him, and he's just saying, like, always connect the jumper cables to the dead battery first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So and it was funny because so my cable box is actually in my quote unquote backyard.
Oh,
Well, the
okay.
junction
But
box is
it's,
back there,
yeah.
and so there was cable that was running over one of my window wells. Okay, that was like, okay, that's got to be garbage cable, so that somebody just wrapped around the house or something like that.
Yeah.
Nope, that's the live one.
Did they not send somebody out to bury it?
No, well, whenever like they did that back in the day, whenever they first wired my house, no. So that was before
Shit.
I moved there, though.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just there for the last
Oh,
14 years we've been there.
these guys that just came in, they did not leave that there.
No, they wrapped it around the window well, buried it, and it was like, well, not really buried. They just put rocks on it. And so, because
There
that's
it
what I
is.
have now, Jeff. I have
You
rocks
got
around my
rocks.
house.
Yeah.
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 So, but then that was the live cable for years. So,
Fucking genius. You
dude,
know,
my house is yeah,
somebody took an
fuck,
early Friday on you with that one.
dude. No, man, I'm telling you, there was a guy in my house who was probably a cheap ass motherfucker.
Oh, you
Who
think he was ripping it
Oh
off?
yeah, I think he got those Time Life books that says how to jack everything. So and he's like, oh, I can frame my own doors. I can do my own wiring. It's like, you know what? A ceiling fan doesn't need to vent in a bathroom to anywhere as long as it goes up. You know? So,
Is that true?
no, no, it's not true.
Look, I'm not a scientist. That's why I'm asking you,
Right. So anyway, um, yeah, because we finally got our basement kind of done. It still needs
right? How's it look?
windows. It looks great,
Yeah.
dude. They did a
Yeah.
really good job. But they were finding things all over the place. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" So when
Could
they
you give me
start,
an example of something
it's
that
like opening walls and finding fucking posts in there that the guy had like built these boxes around. He's like, "Why?" You know, so it's like it's gonna be in the wall. So why would you do this? Yeah, so same
did they
thing.
have any theories?
No, and then like there was another thing. The electrician was there. He was sitting there. He was counting one, two, three, four. He was like there are four lights in this house, and each one of them in this room, and each one of them has its own switch. So it's like I haven't seen this since the 70s. So,
When was the house built?
in the 80s. So there you go.
So I hate to say it, it sounds like a number of the projects that went on here were done not. I think they all just started with the sentence. See, I know a guy.
No, I think he thought he was the guy.
You think
So
is it? You
I
think he just
guarantee
okay?
you, because there's enough little bullshit, knick-knacky stuff in there that it's just like nobody would put a shelf here unless the guy lived here. So, kind of thing.
Okay.
And the same
Okay.
thing's true. Like, I mean, I think he knew how to do a couple things. And who knows? I mean, I've actually pulled the roster of homeowners in my house. There's only been four of us.
Oh,
So
okay.
in
Yeah.
there,
Yeah. Yeah.
but one of them obviously had a bunch of kids. Um,
Mm.
and I think that was this
Right.
guy who,
Right.
is like, well, it's rice and beans on every Thursday. And, in order to afford your
I
middle
get it.
class lifestyle here, it means that daddy's going to have to wire that cable himself. So,
Hey,
but
man, I can't. It's not as though I haven't seen it. It's not as though I haven't lived it. So,
I get it, but don't fucking do that. So,
uh,
don't fucking do it.
Pat. Okay, we've talked about it. Um, that is the mentality of saving a dime and making a dollar.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
And it never works. So stop
Do
that.
one or the other.
Yeah, do one or the
Do
other.
one or the other, because otherwise you'll
Yeah.
go fucking nuts.
No. So, yeah. Um, yeah, and so like
Unless you are in dire straits, because
if you're in dire straits, you
that's
need to get
different.
out of
That's
fucking
fucking.
dire
That's
straits. All right?
survival. That's fine.
So if you're in survival mode, you don't need to be fucking wiring your house with cable. Okay, you need another job.
Well, I mean, that's the point. That's so.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
this is you're again. Yes, that is the thing. Is what survival mode means and let's be blunt about this. Survival mode is when you've been wounded,
Mhm.
right? You have to find a place where you can like get out of the way of the predator that bit you,
Get back.
right?
Yeah.
And basically chase
Sharpen
what's
his
on your
neck,
tail.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that means those are those moments where you do anything, where it's just like, okay, I paid this person with this person's money,
Yeah, exactly.
whatever. That's fine because you need to hide behind that rock a little bit and
Mhm.
actually heal up.
Yeah.
But hiding behind the rock and healing up, like you said, is not stealing cable. That's not.
No, you should feed your children first. So yeah, come on, man.
Well, the time that you're wasting stealing cable is like Isn't there anything that pays that you could be doing right now? It's like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, lawns need to be cut or something. I mean,
lawns.
nowadays DoorDash. I mean, like all excuses about unemployment and underemployment. I've just flat out dismissed them.
You know what? I did. It's funny because we talked about it, and since I saw you last, which feels like forever ago. Um, Man, that's been one of the two things that I've been looking into more than anything else are that because there's a new wave of people bitching about well, I have a master's degree and I can't get an interview at Walmart.
Go to
And
fucking work, dude. So
well,
yeah, that's a lie. You can't get an interview at Walmart, liar.
well, yeah, I'll say it this much
Take your
is
fucking master's degree off your resume.
that
I'll let you in, man.
is exactly it,
You
right?
idiot.
That's my point. And the other thing is basically reframing the housing situation where it everything depends on what version of the truth you want to present. Everything present
It
that's
boils down to, do you want to work or not? So it really comes down to that, man. And then the more that I look at it, the more that I see that you're entitled to XYZ for Y amount of work. And so it's not the XYZ, it's the dependent, it's the other side of that equation. How much work are you willing to do? If it's 30 hours, then oh my God, the market is fucking awful and I can't find a good job. If it's 60 hours, the guy's like, what the fuck is wrong with the rest of you people?
there's that. I mean, so it's kind of funky. I mean, the biggest component of this was they said, all right, well, here's the biggest foul on this that people are calling. As it says, like it's nobody has the guts to compare like for like on this, and they say like
Mm.
so in this golden era when everybody was able to afford houses earlier. Um, what I want to present to you is you paid 35 to 40% more for food,
Oh yeah.
right? And they say like I hate to break it to you, you eat more than you pay for your
Hmm.
house, right? So here's the thing is, yes, the houses do cost more,
Yeah,
but
food was way more expensive.
but
Certain
all
things,
this other stuff is way,
dude,
way,
there's a
way, way
million things on
less.
Amazon that people don't realize were expensive at one point in time, like shoes. Shoes used to be ridiculously expensive. So
Uh,
there's a reason why, Al Bundy was a shoe salesman in 1988
you have
and could support a family off that shit.
all right, now let's be fair. That house that he had in that area is not realistic for a shoe salesman,
Not
but
during that
it is
time,
what
but
it
it's
is.
possible. You never know,
In
man.
Chicago, dude. So
Well, it depends on what part of Chicago.
the house that
Yeah,
he's specifically in is
yeah,
basically
yeah,
right outside Chicago.
yeah, yeah.
Then he
So,
not buying that.
no,
That's a
you're
that's a
probably not buying it.
level house,
Probably
man.
not
I
buying
mean,
it.
uh, single income, but I mean that's the other component of this here is yeah, um, shoes. Look, shoes are still expensive if you buy expensive shoes.
Okay, so
That's
back
what.
then, all shoes were expensive.
Well, okay, all right. I'm gonna put it to you this way, right? There are certain brands that weren't as expensive, and those are the ones that people got made fun of. It's like every now and then you'd see a kid wearing like Skips or Kids, right?
Oh yeah, but that's a narrow band point in time, man.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm driving at here is the shoes, basically shoes, capital S, that middle band right there. Yeah, they were expensive.
They were stupidly expensive. Clothes were expensive.
Clothes were expensive.
Clothes were
Yes.
expensive. I mean, just like things that you take for granted now that are so fucking cheap, like paint, like tools, um,
Anything electronic.
anything
Anything.
electronic, anything electronic. I mean, if you used to have a stereo system with Kenwood speakers, I was like, oh my God, what does your dad do?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Well, he's a
And now you can go on Amazon and buy this little like fucking Bluetooth speaker that's like the size of a fucking pack of cigarettes. It's
oh yeah,
better than
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
And it
I know.
costs you how much? $30. Wow.
We'll give it to you for free if you buy it with the card.
Right, yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
If you sign up
I
for the
know.
credit card,
I
you get it
know.
for free today.
So yeah, there's this in the same way. You're right because if you go to it and you say like, all right, well, is food expensive? The answer is yes and no because if you, I gotta say, all right, so I still go to the grocery store
Mhm.
every week, right? And maybe once every 7 days, maybe once every 8 days, whatever it is,
Yeah,
right?
we go about once a week.
Or sometimes because I forgot something, I'll go in 2 days.
Mhm.
But what I can tell you is I am never beating off people with a stick in the fucking produce aisle.
No, and produce is cheap.
Produce is cheap. I never
Yeah.
see
Mhm.
people fighting over sacks of rice. I never see people like
Mhm.
fighting over shit where it's like, guys, you can make food the same price as it was in 1961
I know.
if you buy 19
If you
basically
just
if
buy
you
those things that
spend
you put in there. Yeah.
well that's the like for like thing
Yeah.
is but if you want to spend three times as much you can spend three
You can
times
get a
as
frozen
much
pizza that costs you three times as much. Yes.
or you can
So
get a live pizza
you can get a
you
live
can you
pizza
can
too.
you can hire a tracker to bring it to
It's like a live chicken, man. What am I gonna do with this? It's like this is as fresh as it gets,
to,
baby.
to, to slaughter and clean two pizzas for you. And that's actually what the Domino's tracker says. It's like the first one is like uh, noticed or observed or like spotted, and then the second and then the second one uh, is wounded, terminated, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
because I mean you don't want to shoot pizzas in a pen.
No,
That's
no, no,
that's
no.
not good meat. That's not.
No, you got to
Yeah,
use the fucking air gun.
yeah.
Oh, it's got some kind of oxygen tank.
See, that's exactly yeah. So if you want oxygen tank pizza, you go to Hot and Ready. So if you want, but like you want
Right, yeah.
you want farm fresh. So, but that's the thing is if you want farm fresh, pizza, you got to pay for it.
Dude, eating out is so ridiculously expensive now.
We never did as kids.
Mm.
I know you guys went more than I did, but
It, it's
compared to
it, that is something that has gotten more expensive, but that makes perfect sense, and that's all labor. So that's
yeah,
all it is, dude.
yeah,
So like every restaurant in the world is struggling to keep help right now. A lot of the business models have to change eventually, and
yeah,
so the change goes in one of two directions. Okay, it's really simple. Either we get simpler in our product offerings. Okay, and so you see some places that are okay. We're not going to be this. We're going to be a food truck now. Okay, and there's five things on the menu. All right, cool. So, or the other one is like, yeah, so I used to come here at Outback and get like, pretty decent $22 fillet. That sounds $60. So,
right,
and
right.
if you have a problem with it, door's right over there, buddy. Yeah, I can see the line going behind you and around the corner. So,
Thank you for not wasting our fucking time.
yeah,
Have a
thank
great day.
you. Yeah.
Well, that's the weird thing where the odd assumption on this was, oh, because we're in the future now. The future is you eat out seven times a day.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, all the people that I knew who argued that were like the precursor version of blue haired,
There you
psychopath.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like I need to get my history degree, kind of thing. So
yeah, kind of. That's the same dude that's over there, bitching and moaning about, how his masters isn't getting him an interview at Walmart. I'm like, hey, man,
yeah.
look, what that means is, I hate to break it to you, it means,
Well, if you're on YouTube anyway, we already know what you're doing.
well,
You're not actually applying for that job. You're a fucking liar. You're a content
oh,
farmer.
you're
Got
grifting.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll put it this way. Just I'm going to take his statement at face value, right? I'm just going to say, like, all right, well, I know nobody wants to face this,
Mhm.
and people hate this, and we've all sort of like looked this, in the mouth at one point or
Uh-huh.
another. But the fact is like, well, if that is the case with the education you have, that means there's too many of this and not enough
Yep.
of this.
That's exactly what it means. And I
I
mean,
mean, I don't
okay,
mean to break anybody's heart, but it is
I
what it
do.
is.
I don't care about that. I got a history degree. I figured it out. So you can
Well,
too. I mean, okay, so I made a bad decision in college and wasted, $40,000 of my money at that point in time, which I paid for out of pocket, because I worked all the way through college, you know? And so, all right, so I got on the ass end of it and I realized that, okay, if I can keep my current job, I make more at my current job than I would at a potential future job doing this. So why don't I just fucking stay here? Which is what I did. Okay, did that feel good? No. All right, did it work out? Yeah. It'll work out for you too. This is this thing that I hate about social media right now is it's bad medicine. So it's really bad medicine, and it gets you in a mindset where it's like, oh my God, the fucking world is against me, blah blah blah. Okay, congratulations, you're exactly the same as everybody else. You're just a guy who's choosing not to do anything about it. So,
Well,
you know,
okay. So,
you'd rather sit here and be miserable, talking about I could get a job at Walmart, and rather than, it's like spending time uploading that fucking video. Okay, did you stop at Target on the way home? I mean, come on, man. So it's just, it's bad medicine, dude. It's like, oh, I'll never own a home, so, can't win, don't try. It's like, well, everybody else is eventually going to figure this out, and you're going to be the guy who's actually really bad shape in 10 years. So, I mean, get moving, dude. So,
well, I mean, that's definitely a part of it too, and the other part is that crowd, whichever side is basically choose your version of snake eating its own tail,
yeah, sure.
because ultimately here, when they break it down and you got the guy who's over there fucking pitching a fit about like um right, because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
he is he is winding up a storm. I'm like, brother, you are
Who's this
Asian.
guy?
Some Asian wanker that
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
don't disgrace our people. We don't complain. We like, so
You disgrace your ancestors, bro.
don't do this. No, no, no. So we don't complain around here. The way that this works here is we start shit, we make big mistakes,
Yeah,
we get our asses whooped, and we apologize profusely, but we don't complain
yeah,
because deep down, some way or another, this was our fault.
right.
But
Being punished for the sins of my father, you know,
or his,
or his,
or the
yeah,
father
yeah,
before him,
or
right?
yeah, or
Yeah,
my potential son's
that
sins.
is,
Yeah,
it's all one
it's
circle,
all one
Patrick.
circle.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing
Stream
here.
always flows downhill. You know?
This, as I discovered in the Colorado Springs subreddit, which
Oh God, why, dude?
I don't have a choice now. I've been
They just go walking around, like places, hornets for sale.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm banned.
Oh, good.
I
All
mean,
right.
that's the thing. My fucking Reddit account is banned. And I can tell you why. But ultimately, here you look at these people like, guys, I live here. So this thing where you see these people like the No Kings thing, and people would pop in and they say like, look, I drove by.
There's like 10 people there.
There's 10 people,
Yeah.
and you're all over 65,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And like, no, they estimated at least 10,000. It's like I was
Uh-huh.
there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you look at this, and they're basically downvoting everybody that they don't like here. And so, there's this person who was at one of the elementary schools. I can't remember whatever it was, and they were fucking pitching a fit about charter schools or whatever.
What is this? A student or a teacher or what?
Some a
A
parent,
neighborhood? Yeah.
a
Okay.
parent,
A townie?
a fucking town, and they posted a picture of them at a protest, right? Of which there were half a dozen people, and they're
Yeah.
protesting something about District 11 and charter schools and all this other stuff. And
You're taking teacher money. What? Yeah. Okay.
but you know the drill. But
Oh, I know it better than I'm letting on. So,
so
having been steeped in this.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was the thing was I started picking on this person. I was like, oh, so it wasn't that you came there to protest. It's that you came to get your picture of yourself protesting.
Got it.
Because if you wanted to protest, you would have just protested.
Yeah, it's just protest.
That's correct. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, in your message, you said I could only hang out for about 10 minutes. So you didn't really
You
protest
didn't
at all,
really
did you?
protest at all. Yeah.
Yeah, people didn't like that. And then it
You got
turned.
downvoted for that?
Oh, I got downvoted in the
You
Stone
got
Age.
brigaded by.
I got brigaded for that. I mean, that's the thing. The same thing goes with.
These people are not serious, Jeff.
Well, there was a team of guys in there that were saying like, you need to bombard Jeff Crank's social media and his mail to get him to sign off on 25th Amendmenting, the president. And these people are talking like they're revolutionaries. And yeah, when I sent the thing where I'm like, there are dozens of us, dozens, right? Now again, downvoted there. But the other thing is what I found out is
It's a Legion of 12 or 11 on weekends.
it's like stop pretending like you are like you're the Kiss Army, dude. There's like
No.
14 of you, and the thing is, I didn't start getting banned until I'm like, well, how far can I push this? And it turns out that these people get really these locals they get really
Yeah, how many
ignited.
people were on that Reddit?
I would say maybe 1,000.
Yeah, okay. In a community of over 700,000. Got it.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. All right. Way to represent, guys.
That's correct. That's where I
Yeah.
was like, you do that. You people don't exist. You don't, and that what I noticed they're very sensitive to is, um,
I know my brother's on there.
on the Colorado Springs Reddit.
Well, he follows it. I don't know if he actually
Oh,
posts.
okay,
I doubt
okay,
that he posts. He's not kind of a posty kind of guy. So,
okay, okay. Well, all I can tell you is that they do not. Um, the thing that'll get you kicked really quickly is they're very sensitive to and will ban you quickly for using uh, 80s homophobic words. They
oh,
don't like it.
it's not allowed to be gay, huh?
The one look. All right, so I was
But you can't use the F word. I get that.
oh, that happened.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Foxtrot Alpha Tango
Yeah, don't do that one.
or
Yeah,
golf.
golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but
Fat.
no one's using that one either. They're sensitive to that too. But yeah, and I dusted out like all the old ones I could think of. It's just like you're a Peter Puffer. You're
Oh my gosh, I
um,
haven't heard that in ages.
some degree of anal piracy, that kind
That
of
came
thing.
from Full Metal Jacket.
Is that where that comes from? Okay, okay, all right. But yeah, I kind of went through them all, and my account got banned. So
Something about garden hoses and golf balls and throwing trailer hitches and stuff.
I did watch that movie not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's exactly as I remembered it.
Yeah, it's two movies glued together.
That's correct. Um, and in that sense, it's a really bad movie.
Yeah, I like it, but um, just I don't know. I just enjoyed it. We'll put it that way.
Oh no, that's fine. But that's
I thought the ending was kind of dumb.
I'll put it this way. Maybe I had to be there.
Yeah, he might have been. Yeah, but I mean that movie's not that old because that was what late '80s, something like
I
that.
can't tell
I
you.
think it's like '86, '87, somewhere around there.
I could
Um,
believe it.
yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
got
I
Matthew
can believe
Modine
it.
in it. When he was, how do he got shit canned somewhere around there because he was pretty hot for there for a bit.
Did he do something?
I don't know. I don't know if he was creeping on somebody or if he just, you know, maybe he ran into Weinstein and said, no, I have no idea. I don't know, man. But he disappeared for a long time. Anyway,
He reappeared
he
after
was
a little bit
supposed to be,
though.
I can't remember what movie was huge that he was supposed to be cast as the lead for, but he had a schedule conflict. I can't remember. It's like I have to go back into his Wikipedia or whatever.
No, shit like that happens. You come
Yeah,
across stuff where it's kind of like, oh, you were supposed to be Marty McFly. You were supposed to be.
it might have been
Um,
that one. I don't remember.
no, that was Eric Stoltz.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was
Yeah.
Eric Stoltz. Yeah,
Um,
you're right.
but yeah, stuff like that happens. The Tom Selleck Indiana Jones thing,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. And then there's that flip side of it wouldn't have been the same movie.
With Tom Selleck, no, no, it wouldn't have been the same movie.
Would have been good,
It
maybe,
wouldn't have been bad. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it would have been fine.
But it wouldn't have been the same
No,
movie.
it wouldn't have been the same.
But yeah, that should happen. And again, it's not that it's
I watched Maverick not too long ago. I forgot I really liked that movie.
oh Mel Gibson.
No, no, not Maverick. So, what's the one where he goes down south or he goes down to Australia? Tom Selleck, Quickly
Leaving
Down
Down
Under.
Under.
There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
I watched that
Oh.
the other day. That was actually I remember that one. I really liked that one. Actually, yeah, fuck, I forgot about Maverick. I should go watch that too.
Still a good movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, all right. So I don't remember if my dad liked it, but my dad liked the original series.
Oh, with
Um, James
Jack Lemmon and
James Garner.
James Gardner. There
Yeah,
we go.
yeah. Um, I don't remember if my dad liked it or not, but I was like, I don't have the perspective of coming at this from
Yeah, that's true.
anything like that. So if tomorrow they came out with it, that they're in the theater and they're like, "Come see Gunsmoke," like, okay, well, we
Okay.
see it fresh. I know nothing about this except there's like 1,400 episodes of
I
it.
watched quite a bit of that.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched quite a bit of that. I can't remember what point in time in my life that occurred. It must have been like on a graveyard shift somewhere.
Was it a Nick at Night show?
It was not a Nick at Night show, but you could find it on. Might have been actually an early morning show. I can think of what. I don't remember though.
All I remember from Nick at Night, and I did watch a bunch of it, but I can't remember if Mr. Ed was the last thing I watched or the first thing I watched when I got up. It was one of the two.
In the morning?
It was either the last thing I watched
Oh.
before I fell asleep, or it was the first
I
thing I
think
saw
it
when
was
I
the
woke up.
first thing. Mr. Ed was on. Because I remember that was pretty early in the lineup. Because Nick at Night, because I got hooked on that when I was probably about my daughter's age.
Yeah,
So I was like 14.
it was the best thing on cable at that
It
time.
was the best thing on cable at that time. And I
People
remember,
don't know. They don't
yeah,
understand.
yeah, that's okay. You can Google it now. I mean, you can watch the whole fucking thing.
All right.
So,
Well,
but like, I think I got hooked onto that because of Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
that's a good thing to get started on.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then so that was on there, and the Twilight Zone was on there for a little bit.
not long.
No, it got pulled somewhere else, and I can't remember if it was
Sci-fi.
Bravo or Sci-Fi.
It was sci-fi.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but then like the rest of it was that and Green Acres, Mr. Ed,
My
My
Three
Three
Sons.
Sons,
Yeah. Um,
fucking Dennis the Menace was on there.
Car 54. Where are
Car
you?
54, Where Are You? Dragnet was on there for a while. So I remember
I
watching
didn't watch Dragnet.
dun,
I feel like
dun,
I.
dun,
I feel like I should have.
with
I
Harry
heard it was great.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Yes, from MASH.
That was not on there. That was
No, I
actually.
actually watched MASH on network TV in the day. So
Yeah, but it was one channel. I can't tell you which cable channel had it back then, but they ran the shit out of that. My
yeah,
dad was always watching it.
no, I remember watching that on CBS. So, um, and then, uh, but Nick at Night had a couple others that were kind. They had an F Troop, which was a weird show. Um, and they had
Yeah.
Hale's Navy and Hogan's Heroes was on there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
there's a couple others that I'm forgetting, but it was all just your old school
Oh yeah. Well,
classic.
fucking the like the two big ones, Leave It to Beaver and uh, it's not Otis and Mayberry. What the fuck is it called? That's the character.
Honeymooners?
No, no, no. The sheriff in this very very small town.
Oh, fucking Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah, that's
Dead.
it. Yeah, yeah.
That was still on network TV when I was younger, so you can watch that during the day.
The black and white version.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. You can watch that and well, that and there was a couple other shows that they would have on during the day. It was like that weird. It was that Price is Right block.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
When
yeah.
people are actually like they hadn't, they have surrendered on that spot.
They have
Like they've given
surrendered.
up.
Yeah, it's
It's
totally gone.
yeah, more options than ever, and they've just surrendered on it. I remember the weird thing too is you would think that of all things on like the Nick and Night lineup, like Happy Days would be there. It was not.
It was not.
That was on.
That was still on in the afternoon.
I feel like that was on
So
like TBS or some shit like
mhm.
that because that was a show my dad watched, and
That wasn't that old of a show, though.
it wasn't. I always
Yeah.
thought it
No,
was.
it wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't. It was like contemporary with like the Jeffersons and shit like that.
Well,
So like
because
early '80s. Yeah.
yeah, shit that was spun off of it was still being played
Mhm.
live when we were like growing up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Morgan Mindy and all that other shit that spun off
Mark,
of it.
I think I was a little bit too young.
I didn't
for Mark
watch
and
it,
Mindy.
but
And that show didn't run that long, if I recall. So
I think like 2 seasons maybe.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I have no idea.
I just know that there's a bevy of shit that came out of that particular show that I thought was from the 50s, but was not from the
No,
50s.
it's not from the '50s.
No.
It wasn't in black and white. That's your key right there. It's like, wait a minute. So, it's like you watch Young Frankenstein. That's not from the 1950s.
That is a good point. That is yeah, that's true. But it's spoofing a genre, not
It was spoofing
yeah.
the genre. So, but I think Alfred Hitchcock Presents was like late 50s or 60s. And then Twilight Zone was definitely in their 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were a couple shows. I mean, a bunch of those like F Troop was Green Acres was originally black and white. So was F Troop.
The version I saw of that show was very colorful.
Yeah, there are multiple seasons. The first one is in black and white. So yeah, and then you can tell they didn't change the intro; they just colorized it. So and that's why it's like
It's wild.
it's
looking.
wild. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Actually, I remember because like TNT would show things like uh, they would show like the black and white Errol Flynn Robin Hood,
Oh
and then the
yeah, yeah,
colorized
yep.
version, and you're like,
Robin
Jesus
Hood, yeah.
Christ.
Oh, and he used to be. What was the pirate movies that he used to be in? What was that guy called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's and I just remember thinking these. I was like, God, the world was more colorful, and it's like
No, no,
my
no,
dad's
no,
just kind of straightening me out. He's like,
no, no,
it's not.
no, no.
I was thinking about that too. There was another thing I remember my dad just about to explain it and then just stopping and saying like it's complicated.
Don't worry
I
about
can't.
it.
He did. I can't remember. It was about a historical event. I can't remember what it was, but there was something I remember. I asked him about this. He took a deep breath, was about to start explaining, and just another time.
Yeah, another time.
There's a lot to
Was it
this.
Mooney's?
Mooney's he
Oh,
explained.
okay, all right.
Mooney's he took the time to explain. That was an odd one. But yeah, I guess we had enough car ride left. Because you know how far it takes to drive from the Mooney to my house. So
Right,
I
right, right.
mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I did.
It's like, yeah, we got time for this one.
I'm gonna need your help on this. I was actually hoping Will would be here too, but this is so. I did look up some old things. So the Shoney's was in the place where the IHOP is now,
Which IHOP?
the North IHOP.
Where is that? Up on Academy
Yep.
by Citadel?
Yes, there were
Okay, I know which
two.
one it is.
There
Yep.
were two, but that's the one that we always went to, and
I just took my mom there maybe like a month ago.
that was Shoney's.
Yeah, okay.
I asked about a couple of other different places, and it actually remembered. But what I was going to ask about was, so I leave in less than a month, and so I've been looking for like Colorado Springs shit to give as gifts.
Hmm.
Now, if you go to Google and you ask it for things to see, it's going to tell you. It's like,
Go see Pikes Peak.
this is the
Go see
address.
the America the Beautiful part.
Right. This is the address for the Garden of the Gods Visitor
This
Center.
is the Garden of the Gods.
This is the
This is the Olympic Museum.
the Air Force Academy.
Yeah, go to the Air Force Academy.
Okay. So
Bring a gun.
so one thing I did find was I was looking for, if you live here, you live here, right? It's the same thing. Like you go to Manhattan, you've been there many times. I have too. They don't go to the Statue of Liberty. Tourists go to the Statue of Liberty, right? So the other day I went to Fargo's. I was like, okay, yes, people would be like, what is that weird fucking Victorian pizza place?
Pizza. Yep.
They had a hat for sale. I bought it. I was like, that's part of the experience. Are there other things that you can think of where you're like, this is only here? It's not
It's
a
been around a
touristy
long
thing.
time.
Yeah,
See, that's the fucking problem. So everything here gets melted down for parts eventually.
well, I'm gonna go to Skate City later this week and see if they have some shit for sale.
Is that unique to here?
It's unique to Colorado. We have locations here
All right.
and in Denver.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
But it's been here a long time.
Yeah, all right. I would go there. Then that's a good
I'm
one.
gonna see if they have any swag, any shirts, or any shit for sale. But I'm trying to think of any other things.
Oh, dude, everything's gone now, man. So,
There's one other place I was going to go and I'm going to go closer to it because I'd rather it be fresh. I'm going to go to the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Place because that's a Colorado Springs institution. There's only there's two stores.
yeah,
it's
I don't
always
know.
been
Yeah,
here.
that's not something I know anything about. So,
Because all the stuff that I would think of
I'm out.
from old things, I'm like, you would they're like when we were talking before about like the go-kart park or shit like that.
The Manitou water slide. See, here's the problem, Jeff. Is very few people actually stay in this town. So you and I and Will are kind of aberrations. So
well, there's military, so I mean, there's going to be a lot of transients.
There's a lot of people who retire here and their kids leave. there's a lot of people who PCS here. They stay for a little bit, but then I miss the beach, and so they leave. There's a lot of people who do get transferred out. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fascinating because remember, like when we were growing up, you go to a school district, most of your teachers had like 10, 15, 20 years of tenure.
Yeah.
Now, if you find someone who's got 30 years of tenure in a building, it's kind of like, oh my God, are you okay? Yeah, so it's a little bit different, man. And that's just because the city's never really promoted that. And I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, so there's other towns that I'm associated with in this where that's the opposite, and that's bad. So, where it's like, oh, you left. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh,
Yeah.
you turned your back
You
on
turned your
us.
back
Oh,
on
I
us.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, look who came crawling back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's a good thing, but it does mean that there's not that many local institutions that don't eventually get parted out. And so there's a ton of them that because I could think of like Conway's was there forever, and that was distinctly local. Michelle's was the same thing. If I was going to get chocolate, I would have gotten some from there because they used to make their own.
Yep.
I mean, there was so many places that used to be. I mean, it's surprising that Fargo's Pizza is still around.
You know what happened when I went there?
What?
It was mobbed.
Yeah, it's always
mobbed.
mobbed. I don't understand it, man. Yeah. So, and I mean, despite all the fact that it is in a pretty rough neighborhood now,
I'm sure.
it's kind of like the tide has come in around it.
Well, all I can tell you is that, like, when you drive by there and the stuff, the closest thing I can always remember being close to there was the Independent, the record store.
Yeah.
They're closed.
Yeah,
Right?
that's been gone for 20 years.
I mean, the things
Yeah.
that used to be shitty places around there, Fargo's outlasted them.
Well, I think the Independent. I mean, it moved downtown, and then it went Tango Uniform after a while.
Well, they had two stores. They had the Independent and then the Independent Annex. That was the
That was the one up on Fillmore, right?
up on, down on. I don't know, that whatever direction that you want to
Yeah,
point
yeah.
it, but
It was
yeah,
on Fillmore.
yeah. And well, actually, no. There was when you're talking Fillmore, you're talking about the one that was downtown next to the park.
No. Fillmore is north of that.
Okay, yeah. Because they had one that was downtown next to the
I
park.
know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, right next to the park. Then there was the one right near Fargo's Pizza. That may have been the Annex.
Oh, yeah, I think that one was the annex.
And I'm pretty sure that I think like world famous Snakes Tattoos is like right around there.
Okay.
Well, it's not really world
Not
famous.
my crowd, so I couldn't tell you.
It's
Yeah.
just the driving by it is like Snakes Tattoos. It's like, where do we
Where
live?
do we live? Yeah.
But yeah, that
Totally gonna rob you.
I mean, part of me too was like, well, go downtown, no, go to Manitou, bottle up some of that shit water.
No, dude. You can't take that on the plane. So they'll be like, "What the fuck is this?" And they'll sniff. They'll be like, "You were under arrest, sir."
Yeah, I was just pressed on ideas. I'm like,
I
all right.
think you've got enough, man.
I
I mean,
think I have
quite
enough.
honestly, there's just not that much that like here is that touristy, that's not associated with Garden of the Gods or Pikes Peak. So
And it's not that I don't like those places. It's that
I'm not a fan. So yeah,
Kind of guys. I used to eat lunch there just to.
just for funsies.
Oh God, it was nice to just hang
Yeah.
out. Love that place.
There's
stunning.
really too many people.
Pikes Peak it's a mountain.
It's a mountain. And it's far. Yeah.
You can all right. So I will say this: if you want to meet the people that take fitness seriously,
Oh, you can go do the incline.
you'll
Yeah.
find them there. Yes.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
And those people are freaks. I went once
What, up the incline?
to the incline.
You didn't go
I
up it?
I did.
My brother actually made it up it once. This was a while ago, but yeah.
I did part of it.
Yeah, no. I couldn't do 10 feet of it. So yeah. Like, yeah. Oh. I'm gonna wait here for you.
You got to come back eventually, right?
Yeah,
So-
you can come back down. So I can see the car from here.
Listen, okay, the only other thing I could think of is Does Dragon Man sell his own swag?
Dragon Man doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh shit.
So,
Okay.
I mean, there's a thing called Dragon Arms. It's run by his daughter, and fuck that guy and fuck everything about him. So, yeah, we're gonna leave that one.
Well, you just mentioned it's not him anymore.
No,
Do
dude,
do you think that the Apple
dude,
just
that guy
doesn't?
fought in Korea. He's long. Yeah, yeah.
He was alive the last time I went down there.
That was 25 years ago, Jeff. So, if it was when I went there,
Pretty sure. But he was alive.
right?
Oh, it is a quarter century though, and he wasn't. He wasn't in his teens, so
No, 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 no.
yeah. Unless there's just so, and this is not to
I
say.
think Fargo's Pizza in Skate City is fine, dude.
Well,
I mean, you
I'm
don't want
gonna
to
get that
bring her a
chocolate.
fucking box of shit. So, I mean, I think you picked out two things that are extremely,
Well,
like
this is
very
for this is
commonplace.
for two people.
Oh, it's for two people. Okay. Well, then that's a little bit different. So,
So, but yeah, I think I think that's a pretty good. So, and it's not as though so other cities they do have their problems with keeping local stuff local. It's not just a Colorado
yeah,
Springs
no, that's
problem.
true.
So,
Yeah,
God help you if you live in a place like Houston where it's all just
TGI Fridays. Yeah.
Twin Peaks, Houston. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just,
true. Yeah, but I mean, the only other thing that I would think it was like, what's that fucking bad? I mean, you can't get them out there, but the donut place that's really famous right over there. It's not Amy's, or maybe it is Amy's.
over where?
It's just right over here on fucking
You're not talking about the place with the Homer
Hurst
donuts.
Donuts. Yes, that's the one. No, you don't like those?
They're just big Homer donuts.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
Yeah, okay.
well, so if you're gonna go, all right. If you're gonna go actually for like the best donuts, you're about down that way. There's a place called Arnold's.
I've never
Arnold's
been there.
fucking rules.
Yeah.
Um, that is, you will not find. Are you an apple fritter guy?
I can be.
Okay, the finest apple fritter in the city is right down there on Palmer Park. That's great. Hearst Donuts. It's not that there's anything bad about it. It's so there's two things. Um, a lot of them are just like they're over frosted.
Well, I think that's the idea, isn't it? It's not supposed to be a delicious donut. It's supposed to be kind of like crazy.
It is supposed to be a
Yeah,
little bit
okay.
crain, but if you buy 12 of them, you just spent $29.
Yeah, I don't think you'd want to eat 12 of those.
Oh no! Fucking like I mean that's the thing. Again, I was at like Fargo. It's like 12 of these donuts feeds a football team.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But if you buy 12 of those donuts, you just spent $29.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they charge out the ass for that shit. But yeah, other cities have that problem. But yeah, if anything comes at you, if you're just kind of like, oh yeah, yeah,
yeah. No, most of the places that I remember are gone. Or
like
at least
Gunther
places that were a
Tooties?
little bit iconic. Gunther Tooties wasn't even local, so that's a chain.
It is a chain.
Yeah, totally.
No,
Yeah,
and not just a Colorado chain. Oh,
no. Yeah. And I mean, you're talking about food places here. I mean, the other thing is like, there are some. I mean,
I was gonna go to Manitou Springs.
you're gonna go to the Michael Garment Gallery.
Not that I was going to buy some of the shirts with a woman and a wolf on them.
Oh, you'll definitely find those in Manitou. Yeah.
With that.
That would probably you can
That's very
you can find quite a few of
okay.
those there, yeah.
I think that
You should go buy her a dream catcher. Yeah.
see now we're talking. Okay, yeah, this is now it has mythical properties too as well.
Right. So
Yes.
you can definitely, Manitou's a little bit out there. But I mean, so one of the problems with Colorado Springs is we never had like what's known as like a central commercial district, so
Not the same way Denver has. Yeah.
not in the same
Yeah.
way almost every other city in Colorado has. I mean, ours is 10 blocks long and 3 blocks wide. So, which is weird. Okay. So,
It's true.
yeah, it's just, it means
It works though.
it does, but like there's like 3 blocks there and they're all full of bars. So, you don't have that many like places in there. I mean, some like rich couple just had to rescue the bookstore for like the 10th fucking time.
You're
just down
right.
there.
Yes, yeah, that's
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not that conducive community for that kind of thing because then on top of it, you try and go downtown and immediately when you get there, you realize, well, you don't come back down here all the time.
Uh,
Can't find a fucking place to park and it's full of zombies. So,
well, now one thing I did see on the Colorado Springs subreddit before I was kicked out,
ceremoniously,
yeah, excised like the tumor that I am. The
you're thrown overboard.
Did I see correctly that your watering hole shut down?
It is. It's dead. Yeah. So the yacht club is no more. It sank in the sea.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay,
I was there the night before, and it was a normal night. So, and then I'm coming back the next day, and my brother texts me. He's like, "Huh."
It's just like tugging on the door.
Yeah. He went up, like looking at the door where it had a sign on it that said, "Thank you for allowing us to serve Colorado Springs." And he's like, "Well, now what?"
That's a good question.
Yeah,
What is
exactly. Yeah.
Do you have an answer for that yet?
I don't, man. He's been looking for a couple places, and I'm like, no, that place sucks. And no, I don't want to spend money there. That place is loud and blah blah blah. So I'm just not going to drink for a while. So I was like, you know what? That beer here is really expensive. Maybe those two guys on the podcast are right.
I mean, I can picture your brother there, like when you show up, and he's like, "Hey, somehow the like I keep tugging on it." It's just like, do you know what's?
You're gonna look up.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing that I saw was. That's why I asked you because nobody knew why it had happened. So I was like curious if.
No, both the Gazoo and KXRM tried to get a story out on it, and they couldn't get anything. I mean, I know the guy over there who's in charge of that place. I don't have his number, but I know my brother does. I mean, we went to his wedding for crying out loud,
Sure.
and so it's kind of like, well, I guess eventually we get the story, but you know, um, I got to be blunt with you, man. Some of the regular crowd there have been getting kind of thin anyway. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was one of those things we are kind of aging out of it, but then the other thing is like like we were like where we started today with turnover. They have had horrible turnover over the last year.
Have they really?
Oh, it's been awful, dude. And that's a primo spot. You can make a lot of money there if you're a server. So, you can make a lot. And they were still having problems with turnover. So, but whatever, man. I mean, it makes no sense because they had just come out with new menu items. So I don't know. Maybe the beer was like infected with botulism or something.
Well,
I don't know, man.
hey man, I guess so. As you and I have seen with many enterprises over the years, especially ones that disappear quickly.
Taxes. Nah, they're corporate. Yeah.
Are they owned individually?
No.
Oh, okay. So that's a
No,
corporate.
that's corporate.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it could be that. Or the other thing I can say here is if they're corporate, they may be so like the owner of that land may have basically.
Yeah, they might have jacked him because the land there is owned by the movie theater. So yeah.
And if they said like, look, here's the date, it's like we're saying we want triple, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And you wait until the last day. It's like I can't do. I can do you 1.5, but I can't do
Yeah,
triple.
no. Yeah, they can't cover the fig, man. Yeah, no, that might be.
If I were going to guess anything, that'd be it. Because my first thing was like, was it taxes? Because we've seen.
So if it was a small business, that would be I would put that one an 80-20.
We've seen a great many
of
our favorite
businesses,
institutions.
Yes, to get eaten by the IRS. Well, more specifically, getting eaten by.
The consequences of not
It's
paying
like,
the
well,
IRS.
business is fine if I don't pay my taxes. Yeah, so we make good money.
Yeah, you're right. You do.
Yeah, we've seen that one melt down several over the years. So, but no, I don't know the story. So, I mean, I'll update if I learn it.
All right, if it comes out, just it is curious. So.
Yeah, but I think I'm good, man. So I sat on a bar stool over there for 10 years now. So, I'm good. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad tenure,
Yeah.
not at all. So, what is the What is the current status of this kitten?
Oh, she's gonna die. Yeah.
What? Okay, so
So
wait, how old is this cat?
8. Just about to turn 8 or just turned 8. We have her actual birthday. So because they came from the same litter,
Yeah, yeah.
so we actually have their birthday. It's summer. I should know it, but it's like either next week or it was last week. So yeah. So but they're 8.
But so what happened with her heart?
So the day that the bar closed, all right. So
Oh,
yeah, that was no. The last day I was there was Wednesday, so they closed on Thursday. So Tuesday I'm home most of the day after because I missed last Sunday. So because I was having a little bit of stomach issue.
yeah. I posted the pukey emoji.
Wrong one,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
So
no, no. I imagine that you just have like eyeballs on your butt. That's the picture still works.
yeah, so-
It's
yeah, I got it. Yeah, no.
Does your butt make that noise?
No. So
Yeah.
yeah, it takes a little longer, but whatever.
Okay.
So, but actually, I got by something I've never gotten got before by. I got by Mickey D's breakfast, man. So it got me because we went out on Easter Sunday. So Kat had a thing at school. So some like like for the kids who don't like go to church kind of thing. They had something going on at school.
Really?
I don't know. I
Huh.
was going to ask you if they did this when you were there, but then it occurred to me that you wouldn't have gone to it either.
Not in a million years.
Right.
No.
Yeah, right. So, but anyway, I got by that. So Tuesday I'm home. I'm recovering. I feel pretty good. And I noticed the cat's sitting in a weird spot. So a spot that she doesn't normally sit in, which is right in the middle of the hallway where everybody can see her. So,
Okay.
and she's kind of like panting a little bit. So, but it's almost like she's trying to sniff something out in the house. And
Was
so,
she moving around?
no,
Oh.
she was just sitting there, but she was like just breathing, like she was like smelled something in the house. And so I watched her for a bit, but eventually she left and she went to go to her usual spot and slept. And so then the next morning I get up and go to work. So my wife is off this day. This is a Wednesday, and I get up and the cat's back in the same spot, and it looks like she's like having contractions. Because she's
like
breathing
convulsing.
so hard
Oh.
that like her stomach is going like this.
Holy shit.
And I was like, "Whoa, something's wrong with the cat." And I had mentioned like to my wife the night before, I was like, "We need to watch Rose because she's got some stuff going on." And she was like, "Okay, no worries." She's like, "I got tomorrow off. I can watch her." I was like, "Okay." And then as soon as I saw that, because I just came out of the shower and I was getting ready to go down to work, and I saw that I had to go wake up. And I was like, "There's something wrong with the cat." And so. And she came out, looked at her, and she's like, "Yeah, something's going on with the kitty. So let me get her into the bed."
Yeah.
Vet said, "Yeah, okay. Bring her in this afternoon." So Pam went to the gym. I went to work. I had a meeting that night or that afternoon, so it would have been tight for me to make it here anyway. But
Yeah.
so I go to the meeting and I get out of that. I think it was like 5:30 or so, or it's like 5 o'clock. I get out of the meeting and I call my wife and she's like, "Yeah, they couldn't get her into the last appointment of the day." And I was like, "Okay, no worries. How's that going?" She's like, "Well, we're going right now." I was like, "Okay, cool." So it's an hour drive to get back. By the time I got back, I called my wife and she's like, "We're at the ER." And I was like, "What is going on?" And she's like, "I don't know. They took the cat back, and things like that." But the vet freaked out. So our local vet, who Pam actually really likes, the one that replaced our previous guy, Perrier. So
All I've seen down there are texts, so I can't.
apparently the vet herself is really nice. So, but anyway.
What is what does she look like?
I've never seen her. So
There you go. Okay.
my wife has always taken her to the cats over there. So except for like the very first time. And she reminded me of that the other day. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's been a minute." But anyway, they said you got to, they took an X-ray and immediately they saw that like she had like her heart was double the size that it was supposed to be.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's just full of fluid. So pericardial, whatever they call it, it's where there's a sac that that encases the heart fills up with fluid. So and the heart's still beating, but the problem is it collapses the lungs. So around it, and so we got to get the cat up to those great people on North End, whatever.
North Springs. Yep.
Yeah, North Springs,
Yep.
way up there on Voyager or
Yep.
whatever it is.
He's
Um,
at 153.
okay.
I've been there
Yeah,
45 times.
45 times. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
So, but anyway, so they say, okay, we've got hours here, so the cat can't breathe, blah blah blah. So they put her in oxygen, like kennel and stuff like that, and had to get a cat cardiologist or a pet cardiologist, small animal cardiologist, who was on staff and um, basically had to catheter her, or well, like not like pee, but like where they stick a tube into that part of your heart to actually
Take the
drain.
fluid out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, to just get the pressure out.
Yeah.
But then someone has to go in there and actually drain it out,
Yeah.
and so that had to wait till the next day. So that's now we're talking Thursday, and so that took all day because we had to have consultation with the doctor, and then hey, how do you guys want to proceed? He was like, okay, so if we get this drained off, we got to wait and see how long it, does it build back immediately? Can she survive without pure oxygen environment? Blah blah blah, all that stuff. So anyway, long story short, she's got congestive heart failure. It's congenital. She was born with it, and it's just been building up for years. You know, um, we could have detected it earlier if there had been a problem and we had actually done an echocardiogram on her, but there was no reason to do that at any point in time in the 8 years we've had the cat. And so she's now back home uh, after taking her back because she passed out. So when we got her back home, we thought it was oxygen, but it was just shock. So it was just like too much.
Oh,
So she's just exhausted and kind of just. We thought she was
it
dying
happens.
again.
Yeah.
We thought she was dying again. And we called the vet. In fact, it happened while Pam was on the phone with the vet. And the vet was like, bring her back right now.
So let me ask you this: was there a time when you were making calls to the vet when you were at home and the cat was at the vet?
Sure.
I have a severe problem, and this could be a me thing, and now you've probably listened to it. I do not like the hold music of that place.
Oh, I didn't listen to it. My wife was on the phone with them. I mean, is it bad?
It's just it's
Is it like Van Halen?
no, it's something different. No, it's this thing where it's almost like melancholy.
Oh, okay.
When you're sitting there,
Teardrops in the rain.
yeah, a little bit. I mean, yeah, because I mean, I remember when I took her in, and it was just not knowing what the situation was. If it was before they found out what was going on with her leg and that kind of stuff, it
Oh.
was like, is this a deeper thing?
Mhm.
And so there's this thing you're calling in because they're supposed to check in, and there's just like this music, and when you hear it, it just reminds you of a shitty time.
Oh, okay.
And when I would call the emergency room and the pet services, the rehab clinic, and all the other shit next door.
Mhm.
So you went to the ER room. So
We
if
went
it's
to the one with the sliding doors. There's
Yep.
an ER.
it's
Yeah.
just the other side of that. That's
Yeah,
where
I saw. Because they get that weird way where you drive in there and go around the block a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where after that I started taking her. And when you call and you're just kind of like, can you send me my receipt, whatever, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
You hear that fucking hold music and you're like,
Me,
look, all right, I'm not even gonna pretend I'm like a fucking like blubbering mess when this shit is
Yeah,
concerned here. I don't even pretend otherwise. But so the little one's back at home.
Yeah, so she's back at home. So she has to take. So she stayed there about 2.5 days. So and with a false start at the end where we took her back for maybe like 2 hours and they just monitored her and they said no, she's fine. She's just exhausted, so just take her back home. So but they had to wean her off oxygen, which took a day, um, and then watch her for a while because like the next morning they drained off her heart and they got like 2 fluid ounces out of it, which is like double the size of her heart.
Yeah.
So that's a lot, especially considering how skinny she is. But then, uh, so she's on 2 meds now. One of them's a diuretic, and the other one's basically a like a blood thinner. She has to take those twice a day, every day for the rest of her life, which is going to be considerably shorter now. And so they said, like, and I pulled all the lid on this because that's what I do now. And I know how to do that. I have access to the school library. So, but yeah, so, mean survival time from diagnosis is about 9 months. So we've got, the doctor said 6 to 18. So, and I was like, yeah, 9, yeah, okay, so we'll see. But yeah, so she's back. She's really happy, so she looks and acts like her own self. Except for the fact that they shaved a ring, and I showed you that. It's not a mitten, it's a fucking cat popsicle. It's what it is. It's hilarious, but yeah, so we'll have her back for a while. They told us, okay, so she's got to come back in a couple weeks, and things like that. And it's like, hey, and the doctor was really cool, and she was like, hey, it might just be a day, where if her heart just gives out and she doesn't wake up, she's not gonna wake up. So she's like, just be, forewarned. He's like, and if it's not like that, you'll notice that she's gonna start getting really sleepy and she's not gonna be up and she's not gonna want to eat and things like that. And then that's when you know that it's back. So, yeah, so that's where we're at. Yeah.
Well, that's you mentioned that you did get the insurance, right?
Yeah, but I didn't get the spot. I didn't get the same one you got, man. I should have, because you got Spot, right?
Yeah, there's other places that offer
Yeah,
stuff
so I
that's
got a
similar.
Prudential one, and mine actually had a deductible on it.
Oh, mine
So,
does too.
how much is your deductible?
1,000.
Okay, so mine was 4. So it saved me a bit of money, but then I looked back at it, I was like, oh yeah, I need to get this. And so I already fixed that for my other cat.
Well, there's that. All right, so good that you did that, but I mean, I guess on the other side here is, well, you're already at the 4,000.
Oh,
So,
I don't give a fuck, man. I got that and saved more some. So it's like, no worries, but still. It was one thing that we didn't have to worry about in case she had it, because it turned out and they gave us the itemized thing. So like the procedure was fairly expensive. The most expensive thing was keeping her in an oxygen tank for 2 days. So I didn't realize how expensive that is. That is ridiculously expensive. So of the like total, I think the total bill was like $6,400. That was like 4,000 of it, man.
it's pretty wild,
I
isn't it?
that was
Yeah.
that kind of blew me away, man. And that was just overnighting and the care, oxygen therapy, food, and all that blah 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 stuff, and continual monitoring. It was cool though. They had a camera. They had a little
Yep.
webcam,
Yep.
so we could get on the website and check on her at any time. And it was like, oh, that's a really nice touch. So, and it keeps me from calling you.
You get why you're doing
I
it?
get why you're doing it.
Totally makes sense, and that actually works. Both days. And I mean, here's the thing: I was working at home at the time, so I just left it open on a window.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just hung out, and it didn't matter. She was sleeping the whole time. She was sedated for most of the whole time.
Yeah,
So,
no, my cat was not. So the cat was up and about and walking around and, eyeballing everybody suspiciously. But this was after the surgery. So prior to that, she and this is what kind of freaked me out because, well, I guess it didn't because I wasn't there for it. But my wife said that she didn't fight at all going into the carrier. And that's when you know the cat's sick. So, because otherwise it's like, all right, you need to block the exit. So I'm going to go put on oven mitts.
clearly, we are not
We gotta
going
take
to.
these
It's like we're not going to win this one playing man. We have to go to his
We
own.
gotta go.
We got to play his own. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, and this is the same thing. Like when it comes to her with this kind of shit, is if she wanted to get away from me
Mhm.
when it's time to do the things that she doesn't like,
Yeah.
she could. There's plenty of places tonight. She hates fireworks. There's plenty of places where it's like, and you have cats, you understand this. You're like, okay, so I understand that I look at you and I can mentally perceive there's an animal here, and I have a general perspective of your volume.
Mhm.
But then you also realize that if the cat really wants to, right, it can squeeze into like a mason jar,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They are liquids, and so this dog, in that same way, where if she doesn't want to be found or doesn't want to be bothered,
Yeah.
she'll turn into a plasma and like sneak into wherever it is that she needs to go.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like, well, when I say let's do your nails, You walk right over to me, right? You plop on the ground. You just bitch and moan while I do it. When I say it's time to take a bath, you come upstairs, you jump on the couch, which is near, the bathroom, and you do the thing where you use your weight to not let me pick you up,
Oh yeah,
right?
just go limp.
But you came upstairs
Yeah,
to
right.
do this. Like, this makes no sense, dog.
Just
But
ritualized.
yeah, it's just, yeah, this is part of the fun, whatever. So, um, it is what it is. And I guess at this point, man, if they bought you, these are good months they bought you.
Yeah, I think so.
If she's got some quality time left.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, there are instances where, cats live with it for years. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you never know. She might be an outlier, one way or the other, too. So it's okay though. But like, the thing that was kind of like rough about it, specifically was like how bad it was, and then we didn't have any indication up to like maybe top and like 36 hours before. And so, like if we had been gone, we would have come back and the cat would have been dead, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it's somewhat fortuitous, and I'm a little bit grateful now that it happened when it happened. But um, and then just not knowing what's going on and stuff like that. It's never fun, man. But
No.
look, dude, like these are cats number 5 and 6 in our household, and so it's kind of like okay, like this is part of being a pet owner. This is what you sign up for when you adopt a pet, And so every now and then it comes time to pay the piper, And it was like the one thing that I was feeling kind of bad was like we got two sister cats in particular,
Yeah.
so that they wouldn't be alone,
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like, well, that kind of sucks because the other one's fucking. Now that I look at it and I look at the two of them, even though they're sisters and they have the same litter and everything, it's like you guys aren't the same cat. So it's like one of you takes after your mom, the other one of you takes after your dad.
I don't know your dad.
I don't know either of them, but you guys are not identical, kind of things here. So this is definitely a situation where, so we're gonna up the pet insurance, and then we're gonna take Lolo over there. It's like, hey, do an ultrasound on this cat. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Just because there were things like that, like we were talking to the vets quite a bit yesterday, or no, it was today's Sunday, so this is Friday when she came home, and then we had the false alarm, and then we had to go back up there. So, um, but then we were asking them, so what are the things that we need to look for and stuff like that? And it was like, well, if we had discovered this, say, like 6 months ago, then they were like, yeah, you gotten her on meds, and see if it drained off, and then if it did, because the problem with Rosie's heart now is it went through so much damage that it is permanently that way. So it is not. This is a one-way ticket. So
Yeah.
and then they were like really cool about it too. They was like, well, no, so this is a deep enough defect where it's congenital, and so she's probably had it in her entire life and just learned to adapt. It's like the heart does that. So if you don't die immediately, you live, and your heart doesn't look quite right for a while. And then so he said, now if that's the case with the other cat, and it is truly congenital and heritable, then that will show up on an ultrasound. So
And then let's take the opportunity to double check it.
that's what we said. We said, well, let's get some of the money back here, and then we'll go take the other one in. So check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is we can't take them in too close to each other because like it's like every time we take either one of the cats to their relationship is like etch a sketched out. So they hiss and growl and spit at each other. They won't look at each other, and it takes like a week, and then they're sisters again. It's fucking stupid. I've never had two cats do this. So
I have heard about it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then like both of them and so like Rose is the one that's somewhat cooperative with the vet. I mean, So
It's a
like,
relative term.
yeah, so she's
Yeah.
got 2 little chili peppers on her
Right.
fucking thing. Lola's got all 5 of them, and
Yeah.
they're green.
All 5, they're green. They've drawn on another one with
You got little
pencil.
like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, little stars around them.
Fucking put exclamation marks behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean that's actually a true story down over there with that one. They have like little
Chili peppers.
chili peppers. How spicy your cat is. So they showed us Lola's and they said she gets all of them.
You don't understand. If we had more,
If we had
we'd
more, I
get
think we'd
more.
get more.
Yeah.
So now, no, we're not allowed to take her over there unless she's been sedated. So they basically said it was like she gets so mad and she is so strong. So and she looks so innocent.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. So, but then, so we'll do that here in the next couple of weeks, and see kind of where we stand. We got to go down to the, well, not me. My wife's off tomorrow. I'm not. My day tomorrow is fucking lousy with meetings, but whatever.
Tomorrow's not holidays.
No, it's not a holiday, man. It's getting to the end of the semester here. Like everybody's, oh, we gotta get our shit done. It's like, yeah, me too. Yeah. So, but anyway, um, and then they gotta get the medicine compounded tomorrow. Or yeah.
Oh.
So
And this is pills, right? It's not.
no,
It's not injections.
it's squirt in the mouth.
Oh,
There's no way I could get a pill in that cat.
I was gonna.
That's not fucking possible. Yeah, that is not possible. So yeah, no, they have to be. It'd have to be, like squirt medicine or injections.
Oh no. This look. Here's the thing: is as much as I love this dog, she does have some retard tendencies,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Where it's like, okay, so you'll eat a Duraflame, but a pill that tastes like chicken, right?
No.
That's wrapped in like peanut butter bacon. You're gonna lick around that stuff and find the pill and actually spit it out. And she does. She does every time.
Yeah.
She does every time. Yeah. So we found a way to make that work. And the other thing too is like you were talking about with the I think this is my fault. So when I go in there with her, right, she kind of paces around. She's like, I don't like being in the little room. I don't think cats are the same way. It's like I don't like being in the little vestibules that you have over here. But the last time around, they needed to do something. Well, the time before, they needed to do something where they had to take her in the back room.
Mhm.
I don't remember what, but they needed to take her in the back room, like take a measurement or something. And like, if you try to take her by the collar or something, like this is like, oh, she'll like chomp you. And I was like, do you want me to take her back there? It's like, we're professionals, it's fine, right? So I step out. I come back in. They come back in with her.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm so sorry if she chomped anybody or whatever. She's like, no. As soon as she got away from you, she was like whistling.
Whistling, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, is this my fault? She's like, and they gave me that. It's like, it's not anybody's fault.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and I was just like, you can say yes, but I guess that's part of it. Is there's just the whatever the relationship is the same thing that makes her like super defensive of like, hey, a cable man is in your backyard.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to rip it to pieces? I'm like, just, you gotta follow your own heart, dog. They're here without permission, so do you want to eat? It's okay. So, but yeah, at the same time, as soon as she was out of my sight, evidently she's just kind of like, we're buddies, right?
Yeah, no, that is not how my cats work.
Well, your cats, I mean, they were a little standoffish when I went to go, like, so they wouldn't, like, jump up on my lap.
Oh, they don't do that to me.
But what they wanted to do was hang out in the room where I was hanging.
Oh, yeah, they'll scope you out.
I think that was they're like, oh, we just like having a person in the room.
Yeah, no, they're fine with that.
Well,
like, we have family and my daughter has friends over all the time. They're fine with all them.
yeah.
No, don't try and pick one up.
It
Don't do
was.
that. Yeah.
I learned that a long time ago. It's like, cat wants to come to you, let it.
Let it.
But if it doesn't, don't
Leave
force
it. Yep.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I think that's one of the reasons I read. That's one of the reasons why this dog likes you so much.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah. Well, because and this is the thing, you're not around dogs, you have allergies and kind of stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
So a lot of people when they see a dog, even people that are new, like I have a maintenance guy or something that comes, if they see a dog, they immediately like jump over and they're kind of like,
Oh yeah.
and they want to like pet it.
Yeah.
And some dogs are really cool with that, right?
Oh yeah.
She's not.
No.
She freaks out about that.
Yeah.
Maybe she sees as like these weird like fucking hairless bears are like reaching over me, but
Like a two-legged pigs.
yeah. Uh, but on the other hand, there's this person who's always been kind of like, all right, I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to do anything like that. And eventually she's just kind of like, this guy's cool. He never bothers me. I'm comfortable with him around.
Right.
And I read something where it was like, yeah, that's how for some animals this is how they zoom in on one of their favorite people. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if cats and dogs are that similar when it comes to that.
I have no idea.
Like I gotta tell you, man, I've had like my last cat was harmless as fuck. So,
Yeah.
and then like these two cats, not so much.
Yeah,
But I mean, they can be that way. They can be extremely affectionate. But it's always in context and usually in private. Um,
right.
but it just, I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see how the next, 6 months or so goes. And, like I can tell there's already a little bit of a behavioral change in Rose, Stripey cat, because she's just like, the other cat's like doing the usual like hiss, like Rose just like, I, I don't care. She's just like, I just came back from the
It's
party.
like you don't get it, man. It's like so I got on the table, right?
Yeah,
And I saw the other side.
I saw the other side, kid. It's ugly.
I didn't like what I saw there.
You don't like what I said.
But there was this guy and said, "Do you want to not go here?" I said, "Yeah." Said, "You got to make some changes."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I get it. No, it's there are certain personality changes that happen. I like you talk about like I can't picture a single house. I really can't. I can't picture a single house that is more uh like I am not talking about the series of funhouse mirrors that is my brother's house, right? And fucking constantly playing like calliope music. And if you have three animals and uh and birds and fucking loud ass bitches and all this other stuff, it's like this is the house that you live in, right? And you're looking at it like an animal and you say like you look high strung.
Yeah, you look worried.
You look like you look
You
like
look like you could use a nap.
well, yeah, which is why when I got that corgi, he's just kind of like, I get all this and it's quiet.
It's fine.
It's like, dog, I'm gonna be over here reading.
Yeah.
It's like I read. I turn that TV off.
Yeah.
That's why after a couple of like 2 weeks where it's like, I just got back from World War I and II.
Yeah.
So, eventually he's kind of like, okay. But yeah, your house is about like as opposite as it gets. So
Yeah.
I can't see cats being high strung being in your house.
Well, yeah, but I don't know, man. They're still independent, and so
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, you only know your own context, and so they both came to us. I mean, we adopted them when they were what, 8 weeks, 9 weeks.
they were tiny
They
little
were
things.
tiny
Yeah,
little things,
yeah,
yeah, or whatever. There's a limit where like they have to foster for so many weeks, and it might be like 12 weeks or something like that. But they were little. Okay, so they were definitely kittens when we first got them. And then they like, so there was never any context where they lived in William's funhouse, kind of thing. And so, sometimes pets when they grow up in a quiet environment like that, then when something does happen, they get fucking like really cranky. And
oh yeah,
so I
yeah.
think that's why they react so strongly to the vet. Whereas like our previous cats, especially the last one. I mean, she was fine. You just pick her up and put her in the thing, and
Right.
she's like, "Oh, let's go." It's like I haven't seen Dr. Barrier in like a year. It's like, yeah, He's like, "How are kids?" And he's just absolutely fine. It's like, "Oh, shot today, great. Here." But then like,
Oh, that
but
cat.
she went through like some periods there where we had moved with her like 4 times.
Yeah,
We
that's
lived with
right.
my brother and his wild ass cat for like 2 years in there at one point in time. And so, there was a little bit, and then on top of that, like, yeah, because we got her when we bought our first house, which was when we brought the cat from my parents' house over too at the same time.
And she went to go live with your wife up
She
in
went to go live with
yeah
my wife up in
yeah.
Broomfield, and so yeah, I mean, so and then yeah, so there were times where it was, a little crazy, but then like she was just mellow in general, unless you were a fucking squirrel, so then she would go after you. So
We all have that side.
absolutely fearless when it came to those things. So but yeah, current cats are not like that. So
No,
like both of them are very very opinionated when it comes to change. So,
I understand. Look,
very
it took a while for this one to graduate the furniture, and
right.
you can see it right here. This is the basic, like the throw pillow state that she's in
Yep.
for a good significant part of the day. I'm like, all right, that's fine. And when it's time to go roughhouse, and when it's time to go, trips around the park, she's got the energy for it. She's still, oh my god, man. Now that I gotta say this, so now that she's been through it, like she runs with both legs now.
Mhm.
Um, whatever my prime would have been, I would not catch that dog
Oh
now.
yeah, yeah. That's
Not
good,
on
man.
your fucking life. This
Yeah.
dog is ridiculously fast. Now, I think I will say that Will's dog is faster.
Oh, Winnie.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Winnie's also like what, 2?
We say that. If we say it now, we're gonna flip around. It's like she's like 7.
Yeah,
I
you're
have
right.
no idea.
Yeah, no,
You and I,
yeah,
because again, in my mind, I was like, how can your cat have heart problems?
yeah. She's
She's
still a
this
kid.
big.
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
yeah. She's the size of a teacup,
no, no, no,
which means her heart is the size of a quarter.
no. Well, that still might be true, but well, in her
No,
case, a 50
so,
cent piece.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the kind of stuff that I lose track on. It's like, oh, this is dinky.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've got a growing yardstick in my house.
You do.
It's like
That's
one
a
of
good
those
point.
things where it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
wait
true.
a minute, last week you were like here, and now whoa, okay, oh, that wasn't last week, was it?
Well, she's kind of lanky, isn't she? Like,
My daughter's, if she doesn't stop growing soon, she's gonna be taller than me.
I was gonna say she's got to be
Yeah,
close to you, right?
she's close.
Yeah.
If she puts on the right set of heels, she's got me. So and like I don't know, she's got a little bit of my father-in-law's Viking blood in her, so where she's just growing. Because like I remember, I went through spurts. My wife went through. My wife stopped growing in 7th grade, so that was 3 grades ago. So.
Well, I mean, shoot, you remember my brother? He hit his like last
Yeah,
growth spurt
17,
he hit,
18.
like senior year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some of it
junior
was
senior
yeah,
year. Yeah,
and some
yeah.
of it was like after he went to college because he had like a gross summer there after he graduated. So,
He's an adult. Yeah,
mhm.
that would have meant that in different times he would have already have been drafted, gone in like a child, and come back like a man.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
that's
yeah. In
bizarre.
some respects,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens with my daughter, but I don't know. I need more weapons in my house soon. So,
Are you talking about guns?
sure. I've got knives. I'm good on knives for the moment.
You're not really a knives guy, though.
Oh no, man. That's yeah. Like I'm not gonna use like some fucking switchblade. I got my machete, so you know.
Right, but that's the thing, though, is you still have your thing for if you hear like rustling and talking in your home, correct?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I need a better one though. So, no, I don't right now. So I just spent a lot of money. I'm good. So,
Yeah. No, I
but
understand that.
yeah, like it's getting to be time.
I was. Hey, tell me what you think about this, because I've been eyeballing this stuff for a while, but there's also this. I kind of go through these little stages of kind of like I don't need it. I've been here this long.
Mhm,
Nothing has ever happened. There's no promise that it won't ever happen,
mhm.
but there's this thing where it kind of comes and goes, and that's sort of like I should stop watching the news because I start to think like, oh, the riots are happening here.
No, they're not.
No,
Yeah.
but I did. Have you looked at any of like the non-lethal guns.
Yeah, I don't like them.
You think that's garbage?
No, I don't think they're garbage. It's just I don't like them.
No.
So, so some of it has to do with tried technology and things like that. But like until they take away all the like, if the cops are carrying sidearms,
Yeah.
okay, then and they switch those to the non-lethal. Like, what is it? There's like a Hannity keeps like doing that. I haven't listened to him in ages, but there's like this non-lethal pistol
Yep. That's
that
what I was
shoots
looking at.
like
Yep.
basically like I don't
Pepper
know
balls
pepper
and
balls or something like that. It's like actually, you know what? If that doesn't work, you're fucked. So because you put all your money into that, and you're relying on this. And so if you like, shoot a pepper ball at a guy and he like Injun Joe's it or something,
right, right.
I'm sorry, man. I've seen enough cop videos, and I've been watching. Still, I got my sovereign citizen guy who does shooting analyses and things like that.
Those guys will charge you sometimes.
Sometimes you'd be surprised. Like you'll hit a guy with a bullet, and he'll get an adrenaline rush out of it. So and so that's why I was always like, all right. So plan number one is if I hear things rustling in my house and I'm home alone, my job is to leave the house. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if I can't leave the house because they are between me and the exit or something like that, I better have something that I can defend myself with. And the plan is like, all right, so I'm not going to go confront them. I'm going to stay right here. If my phone is here, the cops are on the way already, and I'm going to tell them exactly where I'm at. But if someone comes through that door and they have something that can shoot back at me, I want to shoot you first. So, and if I have a pepper gun and you take that and you just go,
Right,
and
right.
you have a gun, I better have a backup plan. And so that's why I'm like, no. And I gotta be really blunt with you on certain things, man. I am this close to going out getting the concealed carry finally. So
Really?
yeah, like I'm just telling you, man, there's some scary shit that goes on near schools now, and it's just it's like yeah, no, it's just time not to fuck with that stuff because I gotta tell you, man, like some of the lunacy that you see in people these days is kind of unique. So, it's kind of unique, and I think I blame the fucking internet. I
Well,
think we should just take a month off from the internet, and everybody like it would heal like 90% of the world's problems right now. If we just had an internet holiday.
okay, two things. All right, so I'm going to touch on that here because you did some talking to me which made a lot of sense. It's like I need to make some changes. I'm getting mad at some shit that I don't need to get mad at, right?
Okay.
And so there were a couple things, and also I was noticing that the times was like, well, I want to watch something, and I start watching on it, and I'm just noticing, I'm like, if it doesn't hold my exact attention, it's like I must have looked at my phone like 14 times.
Yeah,
I
you
was
don't
like,
need that. Yeah.
this is not good. But so to the first part, as far as the internet, so do I think 80%, 85%, 90% of the people on this planet or in our societies are fine because they don't actually waste their time with this shit? Yes.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
But that 10% that does,
yeah,
the the exponential effect that it has on the people that were nuts but wouldn't have been completely nuts before is creating actual super nuts.
yeah.
Not many, but more than there were.
It is
Because it doesn't. Because if there was one before, then four seems like a huge increase.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, I mean, so I'm optimistic, and I'll be blunt while I'm optimistic, is because like the fracturing that's occurring on the internet is unsustainable. Okay, it leads back to extreme balkanization of ideas and
yeah,
things like that, and so that's where we're heading. Okay, and I'm going to call it now, and I might be wrong about this, and that's fine. I've gotten used to being wrong about things.
mm,
Yeah, yeah.
mm,
So, but like I've noticed it lately with this little like schism that's going on between like Donald Trump and Megyn Kelly and those guys, and even Joe Rogan, even though he's been kind of quiet about it, but like ever since Donald Trump was like, wait a minute, you guys need me more than I need you to generate way more content for you guys, than anything else. And so he threw out something the other day that was basically just like, all right, fine. I'm on my boat. You're not invited to my party anymore. What are you going to do about it? So, it was just the most asinine, childish, but understandable tweet.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, that happened last week, sometime. All right, so before all the talks and stuff like that, we can save that for
It
later.
has been a couple of weeks, Pat.
We
I
can
mean,
save
you
that
know,
for
the fucking
Wednesday.
yeah, I
don't give
know,
a
I know.
fucking shit. It's fine. Burn down. But like, so that did happen, and I did have some time that night when we were finding out what was going on with the cat to talk to some of the guys at the soon-to-be closed fortuitously, some of whom are a little bit more politically astute, and I was asking about this. They didn't know what I was talking about. And I was
That's
like, okay, all right,
that's
so this is where we're at now.
yeah.
It's like, okay, so you really have to be riding the front edge of the roller coaster. You have to be in the front
That's
row in order to kind of know, and then if even the guy like right behind me doesn't realize that this is happening at this point in time, we're safe. We're good, because there's a whole fucking train of people behind there that don't give a shit. They're just here for the ride, and it's like, oh, this is awesome, dude. Because it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, so you're not tailgating Donald DJT on Twitter. You're not listening to people who are all in the same speak space, where they're all talking about this one topic today,
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. And so it was like, actually, we're going to be fine. The problem is that 1% of the 1% who are true lunatics, and it's getting to the point in time where I don't know, man. I think things like you seem like Elon Musk, all right? So you would be surprised how little you hear from that guy if you're not following him on Twitter.
Yep.
And does it matter? No.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter a little bit because tell you what, I already know about all the major things that he's got going on coming up. Okay, because things that actually affect normal people actually do make it to the fucking news.
Oh, they bubble out.
Yo, absolutely. Yeah. So,
They escape. That's the thing is they actually get escape velocity to
Right.
leave
Yeah, right,
the orbit.
Yeah, they get out of orbit. It's like, oh, SpaceX is going to, oh shit, I need to start saving up some money, kind of thing. So, yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, so I don't need to tailgate him on Twitter in order to kind of know what the guy's up to. And the same thing's true about the president, all right? So as soon as you stop, like, following him every single day, you start to realize that it's like, okay, so 98% of this is people who are mad about what the guy is doing. Okay, but if you just listen to them, you're gonna find out what he's actually doing.
You're right. Okay. So two components of this because yeah, you're right. So I do follow Elon Musk on Twitter.
Yeah, I do.
So here's the
I'm
thing.
just not on Twitter
Well,
anymore. So
if you're not right now, you have been in the past. Here's the thing:
I
is
have.
if you're on there, right? Most of the writing that people do about him, right? Because here's the thing: is very infrequently does he actually say things more than one or two words long.
Yeah, I know.
Most of the time, it's just extrapolated
Neat.
from
Problem.
or that's the thing. It's,
Cool.
Exactly, cool
Yeah.
or true, right?
True.
Is extrapolating what it is that he's quote unquote endorsing with these one word answers.
Yeah,
right?
That's just reading. Those are reading tea leaves that just don't need to be read, man. Yeah.
So I mean that's the thing. And yes, there are times. I mean the other day where he did go off on somebody. There was one person that went off of on him because it's like, let's not forget that your white ass father killed two black people or whatever.
Shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Well, it turns out he did.
Okay, why? So, but whatever.
Because they broke into his house.
Okay, got it. But see, like this doesn't make it past the Twitter. So this does not get hit escape.
Correct.
Velocity. Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
And so all of this is just it's a mild form of entertainment
It was big news for Twitter
for Twitter. Yeah.
for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, man. I can't live with that velocity anymore.
So this is what you were talking about. Okay, so I was like, how do I fix this?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that like my synapses were fucked up. Like I had like my eyes were closing, but it was kind of like there's like electricity in like one eye. I was like, this isn't right. Yeah, I was like needing fixes, and I keep checking this shit. I'm like, what is the antithesis of this? So I put all the crap away. I'm like, I know. I'm going to read a book.
Oh my God. I'm gonna paint a picture.
And I can tell you, so here's
It's
the
pretty
thing:
relaxing.
is just sitting next to a light,
Mhm.
right, and just sitting there and reading actual chapter books,
Yeah.
right? I was like, wow, the the spread of information takes a while. It's not
Right.
everything is not. It's like every sentence is not sensational for maximum effect. It's not like if you look at
It's
people.
actually fun.
I'm having a good time with this.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
this, the thing is like I'm not just taking in the words. The brain is like taking in food and making pictures.
Food.
So,
Hey man, so I gotta tell you,
this is working,
dude,
man.
I have to tell you, all right. So this is something that blew my mind last week. So my daughter's been reading a lot lately, and she's actually been reading actual chapter books, but I thought she was just weird, kind of thing. Anyway, like I go to one of my classes last week, and there's a bunch of students. They're all holding the same fucking book, reading it at the same time,
Voluntarily?
voluntarily, and I'm like, did you guys get that for free? There was someone doing a signing or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like, no, someone else recommended it, so we all got it. And it was like, that's a book.
That's a chapter book.
It's a chapter book.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, it's easier to read this than it is to read on the internet.
I'm look.
And I was like, okay, we're good.
I shit you not. Yeah, that's this again. And look at the numbers, man. I am convinced now more than ever. Right. I have been seeing more and more data that convinces me that this current generation and the one slightly below it, the bottom part of it,
You're gonna be fine.
they're like neoclassicists. They're just they really are. They're just kind of like so. What did it, and it's like you could ask them a question. It's like, look, I don't want my parents to hear me when you ask me this. We're going to sequester them. They won't know that it's
Right,
you.
exactly.
It's like, what do you think your parents are like? I'm like, retarded. And
Crazy.
it's like, why would you say that? It's like, well, so my mom gets mad about shit that has nothing to do with her, right? And she's like 49. It's
Right.
like, but she dresses like she's 21.
Yeah, exactly. She's got all the tattoos.
She's got tattoos. And speaking to fucking no one, she makes these videos about how horrible her life is.
Mhm.
We have 3 cars.
Right.
And there's this thing. It's like, so my parents are dumb. So it's, dude, I'm
No,
sorry,
you're
man.
not
When
wrong,
you're talking
man.
about just shit like for us and back in the day, it's like, you have 3 cars? Did you win the lottery?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Did your dad work at the dealership?
y'all didn't pay for these, did
You
you?
didn't pay for that, did you?
Yeah, just certain, and these when they were, it's like, yeah, that same thing is like, well, I'm not going to meet somebody online. I have to go outside because this just isn't working.
That is a bigger thing than I thought it was now too.
Fucking, they're not wrong.
They're
I mean,
not
that's
wrong.
that.
Yeah.
This section of people that got cooked where they're like, we found our answer. It's technology. To just go ahead and flip through this, and you know what? For a little bit, it made sense. Then it turns out that you fucked up their brains by doing this.
Yeah.
And
what do you mean we can't DoorDash every day?
again, it's the same shit. It's like, so my mom, I mean, she makes this much money working 28 hours a week, but she makes videos about how she's a slave. I was like, but her hands are like rosy pink. She doesn't do shit. It's like, my parents are losers.
My parents are losers. We need to write a book on this.
I'm sorry, man. So it's
We
like,
need to write a book on it. My parents are losers.
I'm sorry, yeah, because it's like, and that's where it turns around. It's like, so what did you think that the answer to that was? It's like, Jesus? I think it was Jesus.
Might be Jesus.
Because that's the dude that they kept making fun of.
Right, yeah, exactly. It might be that guy. Or what's that one about that thing that actually saved away nuts all summer?
Like, it's a bug. It's
a bug,
not.
Yeah, it's got fur though.
Well, it's like, I mean, it's that one or the one where like, yeah, it's the squirrel, yeah, but there's also this one about like these bugs saved. This one played his fiddle.
Oh, right.
Um,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. And from whatever reason, as a deviation from whatever uh, mythology that you pull it from, the ants actually help the thing instead of just watching it die, which is how most of those would usually end.
Yeah. That's true.
You know I'm not wrong on this
No,
shit.
no,
Like,
no, no, you're not wrong. Especially if it was written by Russians.
yeah, it's just certain things when you look at the origin of this, like, Little Mermaid is kind of grim. You look at other things like King Midas killed himself and his whole family, and it's like everything is doomed in these other things, but they find ways where it's like, actually, he was okay. He learned
He's
a
fine.
lesson.
Yeah, he learned a lesson.
He learned a
Yeah,
lesson, yeah.
with onions.
Wait. Why is it so familiar? What is
Just want
that?
hamburgers. Just want hamburgers.
Why? I can't remember.
That
This
was
is
King
so-
Midas. That was a Disney.
Yes.
Disney
Okay. That's right. Okay. The onions part is like.
Well,
It's
it's at the end. He's like, "Yeah, I just want hamburgers," and then he opens up with onions. And he lives happily ever after.
Right.
In his fucking underwear. Not these. Spare me my dignity.
Nah, there was you're dead. You're all dead.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all,
no, you starve to death.
That's so funny.
Yeah, you starve to death.
But yeah, that's sort of how I take it. And then I see more and more stuff where it's like I don't respect I don't hate them. I obviously they birthed me.
I got to tell you, I don't think it's my parents' problem. So they're a little bit removed from that. So are yours.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But I mean, like you're still thinking like you're 19 or 22 or something like that. Then yeah, I get that. If I was in that age bracket right now, I would look at people my age and I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?"
Okay, so we don't fit into that here because that's the last part of that generation. They were the last people who were like, guys, you can look at this one of two ways, and you can be depressed about this, or you can be really happy about this. We elect to be happy. It's like, why? It's like, well, we grew up every day thinking that nuclear fire could come at any point.
Yeah.
And every day that Jesus gives you
Right.
is one that
Another day
weren't-
you can vote for Ronald Reagan.
yeah, and one you weren't guaranteed to have. So,
Right.
you guys, this is a great day to just go outdoors. Let's go up to the lakes. Let's do something outside, right? Just this thing where your parents were like, man, I'm appreciative because we could be dead, right? And then if you survived that or anything like that, there's this weird sort of like ennui part where it's like, I had these expectations of what, did she fart on you?
No.
She will. But yeah, then there's that group of like, it's not just that the day existed. I expected so much more out of it, and I haven't gotten it, despite the fact that I have so many things.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of that's just exposure.
It is.
It really just kind of comes down. I don't actually think there's that great of difference between most generations in terms of attitudes or anything like that.
No,
I think it's just whatever bubbles up through like media and popularity and things like that. They become like memes, so to speak. Or like that becomes the theme of a time. But I don't think any of that's actually really that true.
Well, and a lot of it is completely revisionist history. It's
Totally.
the same thing where
All history is revisionist history. It's that simple. So.
it is. It's well, and again, that they do choose to. It's the same thing where we talked about it before. You ask kids, it's like, what do you think the '60s were like? Like hippies everywhere. It's like. No, they were relegated to these spots.
Yep.
People hated them.
They put cones around them.
Cones around them. They're like, wasn't there like social upheaval after
No.
like Kent State? It's like, yeah, they voted for Nixon.
Yeah, well, and there were a lot of bombings, and people don't like it when you bomb their kids. So, go figure. So, yeah. I mean, you didn't know about that? You didn't know that that's actually what the underground did? Got it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I understood. Yeah. No, I mean, like the problem is that okay, so this is for another podcast in some respects, but
Just give me
the short version is we try and make sense of things that cannot be made sense of. So, the desire to make sense and actually order things in the world is an overriding human emotion that is wrong.
You're talking about is so my life my life and history will not be complete until I've assigned causality to everything.
That, yes, that.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. So,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
So like
okay.
I say, I figured it out. I figured out the cheat code. I know the hack. So, I got the recipe.
So you're talking about the people who will sit there and say, like, if they hadn't burned the library at Alex, it's like, go ahead and say your
Yeah, yeah,
stupid
go
thing. Just
ahead.
say,
Yeah.
we're living on
We have
Uranus.
Mars
What
right
what
now.
is that?
Yeah,
Okay, what
exactly.
version of this?
Yeah.
It's like
If
that's
the Roman Empire didn't fall.
okay. So there is just to that point. There was one little meme on that I do like. Is there's the one it's got Henry Cavill in it, but there's this little dispute. It's like, so does the Holy Land belong to Palestine or Israel? And then there's Henry Cavill, and he says Rome. And I'm like,
England.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Come to your land with nuclear weapons.
This is a time to discuss the difference between a knight and a cataphract.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, that's for another time.
It's for another time. The only other thing I want to get on record is I am glad that that little critter is home
Yep, she's home and happy.
and that you guys are going to baby this creature and give her so much good time life.
Oh
So
yeah. We'll take care of our kittens. We always do.
I love you for it, man. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right,
Compat.
Jeffrey.
In the bud.
Yeah, bro.